Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really exciting new release from Sydney Grace. I am so stoked about this. I know you guys are probably thinking, Mel, you get excited about everything, but hey, I like makeup. What can I say? I have two new palettes from Sydney Grace. Yeah, I know you guys are probably thinking these are the same thing, but there's something super special about them. Before I get into this, I just want to say a little something about Sydney Grace. They were formerly known as Feather River Body, and that's how I initially got to know them, was Feather River Body. I always remember things by what surgery I had at the time, and I had my partial knee replacement. I tried them out. I remember trying out Queen of Hearts, and I fell in love with them. And I recently said in a video, my Game Changers video, that if I had the option to pick the Biba palette from Natasha Denona, same colors, either the actual Biba palette or in the Sydney Grace formula, that I would pick Sydney Grace. And I know that shocked a lot of you guys. I love Natasha Denona, but Sydney Grace is just, they put some high-end brands to shame. Their metallics, their mattes, and these are talc-free shadows. I know a lot of people don't like talc in their shadows. And on top of that, they do have mica, but I reached out to Heather and she let me know that the mica is ethically sourced. I know that is something that's been going around recently, so I wanted to let you guys know that if that was a concern for you, you don't have to worry about that with Sydney Grace. All you're gonna get is perfection, blendability, beautiful pigmentation, and you're just gonna be happy. That's end of story. But anywho, let's get into these two palettes that look like they're going to be identical. What makes these special is that she made a palette for lighter skin tones and deeper skin tones, and it's the same palette. So what she did was take the transition shades, basically all the transition shades in here, like the matte shades, and made them for a lighter skin tone, and then she also made another one that would be more suited to deeper skin tones. Who has done that before? Who? Oh, I'm so excited about this. This is called the Enduring Love palette. If you know the last one, the Autumn's Rain, it was a cardboard packaging. This one is tin, kind of like Too Faced. That's like the first one I could think of. You are getting a large mirror on the inside. I have to look. Okay, this one is the lighter version. I love this. It's definitely more on the cool side, and I am feeling this palette. I just think it's beautiful. I love the colors that she picked out, and I'm gonna swatch all these, but just let me just do this really quickly because I have to. Oh, heaven sent. Absolutely heaven sent. These are going to be some of the best shadows you've ever tried in your entire life. If you've never tried Sydney Grace, this palette is the perfect opportunity to do so. And then we have the deeper palette. So this is the same name, but it's just deep. Even the shadow names are going to be the same, so it's not going to be confusing. I'm going to put these up side by side, but I don't know if my lighting is going to really allow you guys to see the differences. If you look on the top right here, you can see like these two shades are lighter than these, and then I'm just gonna insert the picture. You can see every one that has a little white X has been changed. All of those shades are either deeper or have a different undertone to them so that deeper complexions can use this palette. But all like the metallics and everything are the same. I just think this was a genius idea. Each of these retail for $52. I was extremely lucky. I got both of these in PR, and I'm so glad that I did because I get to do this video before they come out on the 13th. So you guys can see which one you want to get. Honestly, I'm going to be able to use both of these palettes, but I use the lighter version today because I know that some people want to have those lighter tones, and I have something that I cannot wait to tell you guys whenever I give you guys my review of the palette, but I'm not going to spoil it now. I'm going to show you guys the swatches, and then we will get into 3 different eye looks. Also, I want to mention that yes, this is a $52 palette, but I have a discount code. It's not an affiliate code, it's just a discount code so that you guys can save some money. I will leave it right here and also linked down below, and it will work on this palette. I was frantically texting Heather earlier asking her because I was like, I asked way too late right before I was filming this video whether or not my code would work, but it will. All right, let's get into the swatches. How I'm going to do this is I'm just going to swatch the light palette from the first to last shade. After that, I'm going to show you the comparisons, so the differences that are in the deeper palette. So let me go ahead and get started. First, we have Romeo, Juliet, Devotion, Darcy, Elizabeth, Albert, Victoria, Passion, Boaz, Ruth, John, Abigail, Cherish, Robert, and Deanna. In these swatches, I'm going to have the light palette swatched first and then the deep palette swatched right beside it. So the first shade that is different is Romeo, and then Juliet, Darcy, Victoria, Boaz, Cherish, and Robert. The only one that has a sheen to it that was changed is the very first shade, and then all of the mattes were changed except for the very center shade. That one is the same in both palettes. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get into the tutorials. I did two different dramatic looks and then this softer one right here. Refer number 1 in the shade Victoria. I'm going to start by applying this to the very outer corner, tapping motions, and then I am going to work it upward into the crease and up as my transition shade. One dip into this color and I get all the pigmentation I need. Using the same brush, I'm going to grab Passion, again starting on the outer V. I shouldn't say V because I tap this over the whole half of the eyelid. And then I'm going to deepen up the crease. Sonia G Classic Crease, and I'm going to go in with Boaz right on, the very outer corner. Do you see the pigmentation? And I'm using a fluffy brush and just tapping it into place, and it's just so good. I'm going to go back in with that Refer brush and just blend around the edges because I don't want to be too smoky. So I'm just taking this and blending out that Boaz shade. Esom W21 and Albert. I'm starting this on the center of the lid, tapping over the edge of the last shade. Same brush, grabbing the shade John. I'm going to place this right on the front inner corner. I'm using that same shade on a Refer P21, and I am going to highlight my brow arch. Sonia G Mini Booster and Victoria. I'm going to run this right along the lower lash line. Same brush and Boaz. I'm going to deepen up the outer corner. BK Beauty 204 back in with John. I am going to place this right on the very, very inner corner, dragging it slightly under, and then this will complete the look. I'm going to move on to the other eye. I'm going to start off with Darcy on a Zoeva 227. Outer corner first, tapping it into place, and then slowly blending upward into the crease. Soft circular motions to buff it up. And I'm doing this gradually because this is very, very pigmented. So I don't want to try and just go all the way upward all at once. I'm using a light hand and just little circular motions to blend it upward. And again, one dip into the product is all you need. Of course, I don't tap off. I never tap off my brush, so keep that in mind. I like to dip in and then go straight onto the eye, but I don't grab a bunch of product either, so I don't feel like I need to tap off any excess. Sticking with the same brush, now I'm going to go in with Abigail. Outer corner. Smoking it upward. Again, light-handed. And I'm not bringing this all the way to the inner corner. Asom W21, I just wiped off this brush because I used it earlier, and now I'm going to grab Elizabeth. I am going to be placing this all over the lid. Inner, all the way to outer, and just kind of tapping over that darker shade. Refer P21 and Romeo. I'm going to use this to hide. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me wipe off a little bit. Oh, goodness. I'm going to blend this out. I'm going to take my finger a little bit. Wayne Goss 27S back in with Elizabeth. And this is what I am going to use to finish off the look, just blowing out the lower lash line. If you wanted to, you could take the shade that I used on my brow arch and pop it on the inner corner, but a lot of times when I'm doing, I guess, real big smoky eye like this, I like to just kind of leave it alone and just let it be like this. So this will finish off this look. Sonia G Blender Pro and Juliet. I'm going to start off by taking this one directly into the crease. Back and forth windshield wiper motions. Circular motions to blend it upward. Wayne Goss number 18 in the shade Cherish. I am going to place this on the outer corner, bringing it into the crease and front corner. Blending slightly upward. Refer number 14 in the shade Robert. I'm going to place this on the outer corner. I'm doing this very lightly. Smoking it up into the crease just a little bit. Bringing it over. Placing a little on the inner corner. Sonia G Soft Shader and the shade Devotion. I am going to place this all over the lid. Esom W23 and Romeo. Refer number 3 and Cherish. I'm going to use this to go right up against my lower lash line, and then I'm going to finish off the look with liner and mascara. To finish off this eye, Milk Boss liner on the top inner rim. I use my Rimmel liner right up top to line the top, and then just mascara. For my thoughts on the palette, if you guys can't tell, I love it. I am so excited about this. None of these shades are bad. I have played with every single one of these. I know I didn't show them all to you on camera, but I have played with every single shade in this palette. I've had it for a few days now, and I'm telling you that this is such a breath of fresh air after kind of getting a little agitated with Tom Ford and those quads. Playing with this and just really enjoying it. I love when I'm doing an eye look or makeup in general, and I'm thoroughly enjoying putting it on. And that's how I feel about this palette. The metallics in here are so strong, so impactful. The satin type of finishes are still impactful. These do not fade. And then the mattes. The mattes are just utter absolute perfection. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys, I felt this way when I did this look immediately. I have been asked over and over and over and over again, what would I suggest if you did not pick up the Tarte Aspen Ovard palette? I'm getting it out of my top drawer. You guys know how much I use this. I talk about it all the time. I love this palette so much. You guys see the holes? And one of the things that I love about this palette is that the shades are lighter. So you can have something that isn't going to be a whole lot of color, but it still looks like there's something there. It's a very soft, natural look. And I love this, but I haven't been able to find anything that creates a look like that has those tones as well. This is the first palette, other than Hourglass Myth, I think was the closest one before that, but this truly made me feel that way. And I haven't even swatched them side by side to tell you if they're exact colors or not. I'm just telling you that I use that palette so much, which you can see by the obvious holes in it, that when I'm doing this look right here and I'm using these shades, that's the vibe that I get. So if you've been wanting that palette and you've been wanting those softer shades for a lighter skin tone, definitely grab this palette. This section right here is all that you need to create what basically I do all the time with that Tarte Aspen Ovard palette, and then this one down here. The colors in here are beautiful. You saw me apply a purple with a fluffy brush, and it just goes and blends out and is so pigmented. I cannot express how happy I am with this palette, and I love that they stepped out of the box and went with these cool tones. It's beautiful. I'm so happy about it. Again, January 13th is the release date. If you're interested in it, make sure that you are following Sydney Grace. I'm going to leave that down below. I'm going to leave the website down below, as well as my discount code for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did by giving a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.